Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Valiant Wings publishing. And this is a completely new book which should be familiar to you. And why I'm laughing, because it's already a third edition of this book about Hawker Typhoon, and it's a title which came out as a second, as you can see here, but it's a third revision which brings more information. As it's written here, it's updated and expanded, and also it was out of the print for 1 year, so that's why it is interesting to see what authors decided to include into this book. As you can see, the writer is still the same, it's Richard Franks, and we have the print format still the same, it's a soft cover. Nevertheless, there should be extra pages for the walk around, as well as the images and technical diagrams. We also have extra build of the new kit from Airframe in a large scale. As you remember, they produced 124 scale model, so it is included here. And of course, we have 176 pages of content in total, so that's why it might be a good addition for those of you who somehow missed the previous release, and especially considering the amount of the new Typhoon kits on the market recent years, this book becomes even more valuable. So we have a commercial sample here. It means you'll get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review, so we are going to open it together and check what is actually printed in this new release. And it might be even more interesting for those of you who do not have any of these books from Airframe, where it is written. I don't see. Yeah, here, Airframe and Miniature series, because these titles are quite comprehensive and you get a lot of stuff in one book. So, for example, I start with the first pages. Well, actually, it would be worth to show you the contents page first, here. Because in the contents page, you can see that whole title is divided into two chapter groups, let's say. So we have Airframe chapters and Miniature chapters, and these names are quite self-explanatory, so you can guess what is actually included in these parts, but they are really handy for scale model building and maybe for some diorama building as well. As you can see, we have straight away we start with the development history, and we have a lot of black and white photos of the test aircraft. And also these images might be a handy material in case you wonder how to replicate the weathering on your aircraft, because as you can see, we have various close-ups to the landing gear area, etc, etc. And here we continue with color profiles section. So this is also quite important thing, because if you would like to get some unusual marking different from what you usually receive in the standard packaging, then you should definitely go for one of these markings, because they offer you a slightly, let's say, different option which will look good in the finished state. Next, we continue with the kits section. So here we have a comprehensive list of all the kits in different scales, and because this is a revised version, we have all the new releases included as well, and this is quite important thing. Next, we continue with the building a selection section or chapter. So here we start with the 1/72 scale academic kit. I think I've built it as well, so you can find its build article on the website. Unfortunately, I was not shooting videos at that time because it's not that fresh kit. That's why it's, I would say, somewhat not that interesting. And next, we continue with Airfix release. So this one is a bit more attractive because it offers more features out of the box, and as you can see, the whole build project or build process, it is explained with help of detailed photos and text, so that you can understand what was done on this or that stage. And this is quite important if you would like to copy the final result. Of course, we shouldn't also forget about the Typhoon from Brand Gun, because it's also quite an interesting kit on its own. Here we continue with another build, which is from Checkmaster Resin. This is a bit more sophisticated build. Here we start with a 1/48 scale. So this is a Hasegawa kit. We all know that this is not a completely fresh release. Still, it might be a viable build in a 1/42 scale, actually 48. And here we start with a 1/32 scale build. As you can see, it is a bit more sophisticated because of the larger size, and of course the main hero of this book, which was not featured in the previous printouts. So this is a 1/24 scale release from Airfix. And as you remember, or if you had a chance to encounter 1/24 scale kit from Airfix before, this one is also quite detailed. As you can see, you get a lot of features out of the box. And that's actually the main thing about this build, because you are able to copy a lot of stuff without getting various aftermarket. You can just resort for out-of-the-box build and you will be good to go, because as you can see, again, a lot of things are copied here. And here we have another build for the car door version, and it is supplied with a bit more detailed explanation of the assembly process. As you can see, a lot of pages are dedicated to it. And of course, quite important thing is the building a collection chapter, because here we have quite, I would say, understandable explanation of the main differences between different versions. And I would say it will come handy for modelers who would like to replicate a particular version in a, I would say, exact way without any wrong traits. Here we start with in detail section. So this one, as you can see, it is dedicated to walkarounds of the real aircraft. So here we have combination of black and white color photos together with various drawings, and it is really handy for super detailers, for those modelers who would like to add more features to the original plastic. Even though current or modern kits might look highly detailed, there is still some stuff to add, especially on the engine. So that's why I would recommend to pay attention to all these, let's say, photos and drawings, because you will be able to add more with some fine small additions without, let's say, requirement of the complete rework of the kit. So it might be a good thing to make your project a bit different from out of the box plastic which is offered to all modelers. And here we are already on the page 154. We continue with the list of the Tornado and Typhoon kits. And it is limited not only to the plastic kits, we also have various accessories for this aircraft, as well as the decals list and masks, and also various books, which is also quite handy because it will give you some additional read. And by the way, here we have some production data. And one more bonus is the inclusion of the fold-out drawings in a 1/48 scale. This is something what was not included in the previous printings. So I guess there are a lot of reasons to get this book. By the way, we have the price tag here. It's 23 British pounds. So in my opinion, it's quite reasonable. And it should be already available. You can get it on official Valiant Wings publishing website. As I said, they get to sell out or tend to sell out really quickly. So if you would like to get one, it's better to hurry up. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.